In the division from whence Goff came, the NFC West, the Seahawks trying to adjust their offense on the fly. Receiver DK Metcalf says the new offense under Shane Waldron is more intricate. My first thought when I saw that was, well, it can't be any less intricate than it was.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to say it, right? Like, how many times did we have that conversation last year of where Seattle, lack of movement, lack of different formations, personnel sets? You know, how many times did I say to you during like a Wednesday where I've watched film of the Seattle game and go, they waste plays. They run plays where it's like, yeah, they called it in the huddle. The defense is in the perfect defense to stop that play, and they still just run it and go, let's just see if we can make it happen. So I think like what Metcalf is saying with more intricate is there's more options. There's more adjusting on the fly. I'm sure with plays, you know, in the huddle, at the line of scrimmage, and I bet you there's also what he means by intricate, more rules to like, hey, you run this route, but if the coverage does this or this guy does that, we'd like you to adjust it to this or that. That's going to be the genius because, of course, it's McVay. And that's where the system's from. McVay, Shanahan, it's well thought out. There's going to be some rules, and I think that's where it could be beneficial for Seattle on that side of the ball.
And if they want to have any hope whatsoever of keeping Russell Wilson in the fold for more than the next 1, 2, or 3 years, you got to give him a little more power. You got to give him a little more freedom. You got to let him have a seat at the table.
Yeah.
A meaningful seat at the table, not just a perfunctory, okay, yeah, he's at the meeting, but we don't pay attention to him. He's got to be part and parcel of what they're doing, or he won't be there. And Seahawks fans, even after everything that's happened this year, are still in denial in the idea that it's more likely than not he's not going to be there.
To me, it's like,
this is their last chance to show him that they really value him the way the Chiefs value Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, to me, it's like more like, what is it going to take to keep Russell Wilson there? Like, what is it, Mike? Like, what do you think? I mean, of course, we know they got to win games and do that, but I would think there has to be, a certain way the offense is played, the way the game looks. His statistics are going to me, play a part of this. There's no doubt about it. You know, so, you know, that to me is just what is it? I mean, the numbers are going to look good no matter what offense Russell Wilson is in. He's freaking awesome. All right, he's really good, and the NFL's made for quarterback stats right now. But like, yeah, to me, like when you think about it, like, you know, what do you think? What is it? Is it just got to be wide open and it's just more fun and more around him? I don't know.
It's got to run through him.
Yeah.
And I remember last year when we did your top 40 countdown, we had Mahomes and Wilson in close proximity, and it was the first time I noticed that, at least when you look at the highlights, and highlights can be deceiving because they're the best. You know, some guys have a greater concentration of their plays that are on the side of consideration for the highlight reel, and I think Mahomes has more highlight reel plays overall than Russell Wilson, but Russell has an efficiency and a suddenness to his movements that you don't really appreciate what he can do.
Yeah.
He moves so fast. He doesn't have that hair on fire dynamic that Patrick Mahomes has when he's running around left and right and trying to buy time and make something happen. He just goes and does it, Wilson does.
Yeah.
And, you know, remember how the season began? It was let Russ cook, and it was great. And, he's never – did you know he's never had a single MVP vote? This year he's going to get all of them. And then the wheels came off. And I still don't fully understand why the wheels came off, but they weren't able to put the wheels back on effectively.
Yeah.
And they were one and done in the playoffs. And, you know, this Shane Waldron arrival, this is all about trying to find the right way to keep Russ happy, but at the same time, you got to keep Pete Carroll happy.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's old school Bud Grant protege that doesn't want all this fancy stuff. He wants to go play defense and run the football.
I think they got a chance, to maybe appeal to both sides here with like Shane Waldron and maybe get both accomplished to where it's like, yeah, we're still controlling the game. We're efficient on the offensive side of the ball. We don't abandon the run, but we got a little bit more of a high-octane attack. I think Pete Carroll can get behind that, and then maybe Russell Wilson will be able to get behind that too. But, like, you know, we understand. We do. We know why that they faltered. We do. We've said it. Like, we got to give ourselves credit here. And listen, they got rid of the offensive coordinator. They're telling us too. We know. It got right around that week 9 or 10 part of the season where teams start to get the breakdowns down and they go, wait, we got 8 or 9 games of when they do this route, the other guy runs this route. When DK Metcalf lines up here, these are the 3 plays they run. It became too predictable. It would be hard for any quarterback to have been successful with some of those game plans that I saw last year in that offense. So I think that's why
scout thyself.
Yeah, is exactly right. I mean, we had those conversations a lot, I feel like, towards the end of the year about their offense.
I mean, you've got to stay ahead of the curve of your own predictability. That is so critical. As you're studying the film of your opponents, you have to have people in the building who are studying your own film and coming up with the ways they would attack you and where are the weaknesses, where are our tendencies, where are our tells,
Yeah,
how
definitely.
will others perceive what we're doing, and that's going to be the challenge this year for the Seahawks. If they have success early and they've got the manpower to do it, can they sustain it?
Yeah.
That's where Shane Waldron's job is going to become critical. All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.